In schools, the mental health crisis is real for both students and teachers.
Vanessa Michania shows us a first-in-the-nation program offering free mental health support to educators.
Teachers are burned out, and not just mentally, they're physically burning out of the education field altogether. And I spoke with some mental health experts that say if we don't start taking their burnout seriously, we are going to end up with debilitating teacher shortages in the years to come.
I saw a lot of different issues that probably were due to the pandemic.
Carrie Pettigrew is a 20-year teaching veteran, and she says what's going on in classrooms today is alarming.
A lot of anxiety also with younger kids. I've never seen, we don't know what to do and how to manage all the situations, especially when we are going through things ourselves. I mean, the amount of suicide in the schools these last couple, and then just self-harm.
These are big issues that are falling onto the shoulders of teachers. That burden, paired with the pressure to uphold normal student performance in an environment that is still anything but normal, is contributing to what experts say is unparalleled teacher burnout.
Huge burnout. I've seen a huge turnover, and not necessarily in my school, just the network of educators that I know and work with, and I mean, the best of the best.
We were hearing reports of educators really struggling, suicidal ideation, wanting to quit, all kinds of really difficult things.
Psychiatrist Amy Lopez is the director of a first-in-the-nation program run by the University of Colorado, offering free mental health support to teachers called Colorado Educator Support.
That blame and that shame goes internally, and they say, well, maybe I'm not a good teacher. Maybe I'm not doing this well. Maybe I don't know how to manage a classroom anymore.
It's a resource that offers video chat therapy, a hotline, and support groups. The program has also been collecting data, and leaders say their findings predict a grim outlook for education.
When asking them, do you plan to be in education in 5 years, only about 40% said, yes, I still plan to be here in 5 years. So I think a lot of people are navigating their way out.
I honestly wonder if that number is conservative. I would say every single educator I've talked to has at least threatened at some point, I'm going to leave, I'm going to leave, I'm going to leave.
A 2022 Gallup poll found 52% of K-12 teachers always or very often feel burned out at work. And 55% of teachers at different levels of their careers are considering leaving the profession earlier than they had planned. And with 2/3 of superintendents saying they have teacher vacancies, 85% say they do not have enough applicants to fill them.
And a lot of people have big grad school student loans. And, there's that program that if you work in public service for 10 years, those loans get forgiven. And I have people at year 8 and 9 being like, I'm ready to walk away from that forgiveness.
The Colorado Educator program was first funded by FEMA in 2020, but now both the state and the local teachers unions have kicked in funding to keep it afloat. People on the front lines of this program hope more states adopt this model and provide much needed support to prevent problems down the line.
I think all the problems we have now are just going to be multiplied. There aren't going to be people to teach. Classroom sizes are going to get bigger. Behaviors are going to become more difficult as teachers are trying to navigate what to do.
Carrie and her peers say support like this is crucial to help people who love teaching stay in love with it and stay in the profession.
I would love to see this kind of program kind of take the forefront as like an example of what could happen and what the possibilities can be if it's implemented.
Vanessa Michania, Scripps News, Denver.